girls, children of all ages, non-binaries, and transgenders. This is the Ultra Heelz Wrestling Podcast, live from Brewery Studios in Garfield, New Jersey. I am Darth Messiah 2.0. I'm the mail boy. I'm also the CEO, but in case you did not know, every time I come, it is time to go. He's your boy on Pillow Talk with his hoes. And on the phone, as always, the OG, the triple OG of the Ultra Heelz that talks all the shit.
It's your boy, Alex, the motherfucking Hill, a.k.a. the Family of Podcasting, and also known as the man who girl to the crossface. Have a run into a crossface, and you can find that on MySpace.
Because Twitter is canceled.
Yeah.
Although Kanye got his shit back, but, you know.
So did Trump.
Yeah. And on the boards, they call him J Kid.
Yo, it's your boy J Kid on the ones and twos, bringing you that Ultra Heelz Wrestling news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, as we all know, MJF, Maxwell Jacob Freeman,
The man
is the new AEW World Champion. He has defeated Jon Moxley. And I don't want to say nobody saw it coming, but it made sense when it happened. William Regal helped MJF win.
Yeah,
He slid in the brass knucks after he says, don't use the diamond ring.
It's weird, though, because for some reason, when it happened, I just sat there and was like, you know what? This feels right for some weird reason.
Yeah, this does.
I was like, yeah, I will accept this. I will accept this. This is probably the only time that something happened that actually made real viable sense. After all the build-up, all the confronting, hell, the trash talking William Regal about not making it WWE. I was like, you know what? That kind of seems fitting.
Yeah. Like I said, it wasn't a shocker, but the fact after it happens, like, this makes sense. The only thing that will not make sense is what happens to the Blackpool Combat Club without the person from Blackpool.
Yeah.
It just becomes a combat club.
Yeah, Combat Club. Yeah, I guess so.
Combat Club. That's it. Which is
Did you see?
A cool name.
Did you see the video at the end of the paper?
No, I pirated it, and as soon as MJF sat down on stage, it cut off.
I was to say, yeah. So apparently at the end of it, the rest of the Combat Club came out, and Moxley, they was telling Moxley what happened. And when I say Moxley flipped shit.
Yeah, he was pissed.
Oh, okay. I did see a clip of it, but I didn't know what that was about. Okay.
He was pissed.
He flipped shit. And they all looked disgusted with William Regal. And I was like, yeah, this is how you do storytelling.
Yeah. And then after the main event, we had a good old media scrum. And we know how Tony Khan loves those media scrums.
Right.
So MJF walks in sweaty, just like Chicago-made Phil did. Walks in sweaty. And he just proceeds to cut a promo. He didn't sit down. He just walked back and forth limping, still selling his knee. And he finished his statement with, thank you, fuck you, bye. You know who loves to say thank you, fuck you, bye? The person who coined the phrase? Jim Cornette.
You know what's funny? When he did that, I was like, damn, this reminds me of New Japan when they do their interviews. And I like their interviews when they do shit like this. They just get back there, talk their shit, and then they just walk off. There's no questions being asked, really. There's no, oh, what are you going to do next? No, I come to say what I got to say, and I'm fucking leaving.
Yeah.
That is it. That's all you get. But the thing that bothered me, and I sent it to Darth, is watching the video, just look at the fucking mark in the background. He looked like he's beating his meat while MJF is walking back and forth. He won't take his eyes off of him. It's just like fixed on him. He just looking back and forth like, yeah, that's what you keep talking. Ooh, the jerking I'm going to do later is going to be immaculate. I might have to call the man with the room full of paper and we might have to do a back-to-back jerk section. What the fuck?
I forgot you said weird. That to me.
Right, it was so weird. Like when I watched it, I was like, yo, girlfriend, why is Tony Khan staring at him like he put something in his drink in the club and he waited for him to pass out so he could take it? What the fuck is wrong with this nigga? It's weird.
I told you, man. He's a fucking mark.
Yeah.
Bruh. bro, on this night, he was a mark. This man was a rapist. He was going to take MJF to the back, and he was going to show him what that ring really do.
We can do this the easy way, or we can do this the hard way.
And the choice wasn't going to be MJF's.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
But yeah, very, very effective to turn himself back heel because he's been kind of on the fence with the first, rejecting the firm and then getting jumped by the firm. So you feel kind of sympathetic for him. And then because he is so over, he's at that point of being a heel that the crowd's going to cheer you even when you win. And obviously Moxley didn't like the fact that MJF was getting cheered. So Moxley was doing a lot of heel shit during the match. But he took his rightful place as the devil himself in this promo at the media scrum.
I kind of like this shirt too with a little devil on the front of it. I was like, I like this shirt. I kind of want this shirt.
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh, that was the best segment ever.
Vincent Kennedy McMahon, the president, the CEO, the head of creative for World of Wrestling Entertainment. What was this? Friday, the initial article from the Wall Street Journal came out. Mm-hmm. There was a leak that there's an investigation by the board of directors on a $3 million payout for an alleged sexual relationship with an employee.
Ooh.
According to the Wall Street Journal article, this was a person that was hired as a paralegal in 2019. The person was paid $100,000 a year for their job. They got a 100% raise. For their second year, they were making $200,000 and then became an assistant to John Laurinaitis. During this time, the relationship with Vince, I guess Vince moved on, allegedly. And John Laurinaitis attempted to fill the role, allegedly. And this person then decided, I'm not down with this, I'm leaving. And Vince allegedly paid out of pocket $3 million for this person to, with a non-disclosure agreement, to just disappear into the ether. And then since then, every fucking rumor about Vince fucking Sonny and fucking Sable and fucking Rosa Mendez, allegedly, because she's one of the big names that keeps popping up. I think she's on the next slide. Yeah. I have them out of order.
Well, we have these.
We'll get to those.
We'll get to those. Give me a sec for that one.
But, allegedly Rosa Mendez, who was openly dating Michael Hayes. She was openly dating Michael Hayes for the longest. So I can kind of see Michael Hayes being the guy like, hey, it ain't no fun if the homies can't have none. Of course. And she seems like the ditzy bimbo to do that sort of thing. Allegedly.
I'm just saying.
Witch hole. What else? Vince McMahon also had an affair with his secretary in the early 90s that people forget about. This was prior to the steroid trial. This is how far back it was. Her name was Emily something. I don't remember her last name. Emily something with an E. He had an affair then. There was a settlement for that. Also, over the last week, the board of directors has also looked into other payments Vince McMahon has made. So this is not the first and only payout that Vince has made to an accuser. Vince McMahon has stepped down in 3 of his positions. He's been replaced as president of the board of directors by Tony Khan. He's been replaced as CEO by Stephanie McMahon.
Yep.
Who stepped away a couple weeks ago from her job because the board of directors wasn't happy with her in her position. Mm-hmm. And Bruce Pritchard has replaced Vince McMahon as head of creative. What? Bruce Pritchard has also picked up John Laurinaitis' job as head of talent relations. What?
Damn.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? Let me clear my throat.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's get to the bullshit now.
I know you have a lot to say, Alex.
We got the facts out. Let's get to the bullshit. Go ahead.
Yes.
I find it funny that you can send Paige a message saying we no longer need you. You can so-called fire, release Sasha Banks. Some shit come out for you, and it's now together and forever, and you got to walk off to the sunset. I wonder if all those people that John Laurinaitis called when they did that first 100 release, I wonder some of them women were women that wouldn't do whatever this paralegal did.
You know what? When this popped up, I did think about Sasha. Maybe some weird shit went down in Laurinaitis' office.
Ooh, I'm
where
thinking
she was
that.
propositioned, and she said, "Fuck this, I'm going home." And that made me think. Maybe some weird shit happened.
Probably.
As soon as the shit popped up, I was like, strange how that popped up all of a sudden now that Sasha's supposed to be getting fully released, and she's been active for a while. All of a sudden, she's so-called been granted, and they just like, oh yeah, removed her from everything. She's no longer there. We haven't heard nothing from Naomi. I'm like, I wonder, was these fuckers trying to give her a proposition of doing something she didn't want to do? And she was like, I'm not like the other bimbos here. I'm not going to do it. I can leave and just leave. I'm like, so it makes more sense. At the same time, I've been saying, and I've been calling this meme for a long time, and I feel like at this point, I'm the president of it. Fuck this with me. Okay? Yeah. Everybody listen to my voice. Now you understand why I've been saying it for so long.
I always believe.
Like, y'all thought I just didn't like this man. No, it's something about this man that just shouldn't be right. And just like how CM Punk said it, he's a millionaire that should have been a billionaire. Now you open your company up to being publicly traded. And that means everybody can go do your shit. All your little dark secrets about to be out in the wind. I think you should have kept to yourself, boy. You should have just kept to yourself. All your secrets would have went with you. Now everybody knows. And now it's going to see in the woodwork. I feel like, now the WWE let go all these wrestlers and they talk so much shit. And we be like, I feel like they're just bitter. No, like I've been saying it for a long time. I feel like they just been telling the truth. Nobody.
When Lana was released, she said, "I'm going to reveal the truth," and then she never said anything.
No, she didn't.
Was this a hint at this?
Maybe this was the hush money, or the hush money that.
Oh yeah. Lana was brought up as one of the alleged people.
AKA TJ Perry, right?
Yeah, CJ Perry.
Oh, CJ Perry. There you go. But
maybe that's why Miro didn't like none of the storylines he was getting. That she had to keep fucking with all these guys.
Dolph Ziggler. The Rock,
Bobby Lashley,
Enzo,
Bobby Lashley.
Bobby Lashley.
Yeah.
Enzo one actually kind of made sense.
But so after this was Friday morning, this news story came out. But Vince decided to show up on fucking SmackDown
and
then show up on Raw. We haven't seen Vince on TV since WrestleMania. And even, the little segments with Austin Theory, but he's just coming out to cut a promo in the middle of the show about nothing. Like, is this like his goodbye to the crowd? Is that what it was?
That was, sure, misleading goodbye over there. Is
he going to be on NXT tonight? He's never been on NXT.
That would be crazy if he did.
I'm telling you now, what would be more remarkable if he showed up? If he showed up NXT UK.
Wow, you imagine?
Well, they're taped ahead like a month, so
yeah. So he probably already went. Yeah,
starting out hot.
It is starting out very hot. Yo, word.
All right.
Week of wrestling, bro.
I'm old, I'm tired, and I work with children. The words of one Phil Brooks.
Oh, man. We got Phil Brooks in the building.
Now, as I said, this is an ongoing story. Let me read the legal letter sent out by AEW. We have decided to make an official statement regarding the situation connected with Phil Brooks, a.k.a. CM Punk, and Stephen Waltz, a.k.a. Adam Page. AEW cannot confirm the information given about what has happened is all true and unfortunately has resulted in Stephen leaving the company.
Oh.
Adam Page is gone. We wish him the best in the rest of his career, and AEW and our roster will miss him. We can also confirm that Tyson Smith, Kenny Omega, and Matt and Nicholas Massey, the Young Bucks, will not be leaving. More news will be coming out further on the situation, but as of this moment, we cannot provide any. Signed, Tony Khan, President and CEO, and he left out his other titles, All Elite Wrestling.
So you know what that means, right?
Page is gone. Wow.
Yeah, that, and someone could pick him up.
He's not going to WWE.
He's not going to WWE.
He's not.
He was going back to New Japan before he go back to WWE.
Yeah.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah. Watch. He's going to take some time off, and Tony Khan re-signs him to ROH. Okay. He's there, but he's not really there. You know, like Colt Cabana, who's there but is not really there, because Tony Khan was going to let him go, but apparently Hangman and the Bucks thought CM Punk told Tony Khan to fire him, which he said he did not. He has not had a conversation with Tony Khan about Colt Cabana, and they saved him from being fired, and he was re-signed to a Ring of Honor contract.
Man.
But CM Punk went on to explain what has happened with Colt Cabana since the lawsuit following his podcast where he trashed the doctor for WWE, and then Punk got sued. Long story short, he says he was helping pay for Colt Cabana's podcast or something. He was doing something in terms of helping.
He's paying his bills.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, and then he also said, Colt Cabana shares a bank account with his mother.
Well, wow.
Yeah,
he's not going through a good era right now. Colt Cabana, man.
Yeah, but so Adam Page is gone.
Damn.
But as CM Punk said, this has been an ongoing issue for several months, and he said, I hate to do it, but it's gotten to the point where I have to stoop to their level and just, air it out in public where I've tried to address it in private, and everybody's just avoiding the topic.
And Valador said, he inputted, Tony Khan is quickly finding himself in over his head.
Yes, and that's what we were talking about before we were on the air. A lot of this is Tony Khan's fault because he had taken away some power from the EVPs. But
whoa. World of Wrestling, what's going on?
What's up? What's
going on, my boy?
What's going on?
No, I don't think Punk should be fired. This is not Punk's fault. No. Punk simply responded to what was coming at him. He just responded with facts. Nobody can disprove him, and they're mad about it.
Yep.
That's what it is. You can't dispute any of the facts. Nobody has offered an alternative truth because there is no other truth. It's just, we're going to be, as Punk said, I work with children. They're going to act like children. They're going to throw a hissy fit, and that's all they can do because they have no answer. And as I was just saying, before I got into that little rant, this is Tony Khan's fault. Yep. Tony Khan is not addressing the issues. You just can't be like, oh, it's wrestling. They'll work it out. There's more than just, oh, this is wrestling problem. These are personal issues.
Yep.
And the personal issues are with people that you have put in power. So if the people who you have put in power are causing problems, you need to step up, either tell them to fall back or solve the problem. And Tony Khan has done neither. It's his issue.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Tony Khan is beyond over his head, but I think giving the Bucks and Kenny Omega the power they have was the wrong idea, and I think that was probably the best why Cody left. I think Cody foreseen this happening, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go. Yeah. I'm gonna go before this shit hit the fan, and I'd be a part of this bullshit."
Cody wanted a big Cody. Cody was willing to take a bigger role, but obviously he wanted more money too, and I think Cody did the most in terms of actually being an executive for the company, as opposed to, hey, we're here, we got a title, we're important, look at us. That's what I get from the Young Bucks. And especially after the talent meeting where Kenny Omega said, if it was up to me, 80% of you wouldn't be here. Are you serious?
Damn.
And that's why a chair got thrown in. It is what it is at this point.
And there were reports months ago about the way, the backstage politics is everybody's forming these cliques. And ironically, the EVPs, they have the biggest clique because it's everybody they got hired when AEW started. And those numbers are slowly diminishing because Tony Khan's not giving these people re-signing these people's contracts. Where Marco Stunt's gone. I've lost track of everybody that he let go.
Yeah,
most of the Dark Order's gone.
Mm-hmm. I lost track of everybody, and then I know like Malachi Black took a leave of absence for a while for mental reasons and shit, but he also asked for a release.
Yeah.
Man, he's trying to come back as damn, what was his ring name?
Aleister Black.
Aleister Black.
I don't want to shit on Tony Khan in terms of he's lost all control. I don't want to go there because that's just like painting everything with a broad brush. He's not. Again, this is still only the third year that they've existed. Mm-hmm. Everything's been harmonious so far. Punk has come in. He's kind of stirred things up. He's set the bar higher than what was already there. People like MJF exist. He left for his personal reasons. Mm-hmm. But again, he sets the bar higher than most people there.
I mean, shit. This is starting to be like that WCW NWO thing right now, where everybody wants to be on that one click, and Eric Bischoff starts to lose control. Well,
it damn near
is everything on Hulk Hogan that wants to do. Hulk Hogan wants to do. Fuck.
But as they say, the numbers, the TV ratings or whatnot. The highest rated segments are CM Punk, undoubtedly. MJF was very high. Chris Jericho is still very high. The Young Bucks and Kenny Omega, not very high. In fact, most of their TV segments, the numbers go down. Because the people, as I've said from the beginning, the people that are going to watch them were going to watch them regardless of what promotion that they were in.
But it feels forced, wasn't it? Like that three trio tag team title belts.
I feel like that trio title was just made for them in general. Like I feel like they were going to be first to have it anyway.
Look who was in the tournament. It was them and all of their friends. Mm-hmm. It was everybody that they got a job in AEW. That's who it was.
Hey, look, man, we got all the jobs, so we need y'all to take this fall for us while we get these belts.
And again, I think I mentioned this like 2 weeks ago. The creation is the because the Young Bucks went on an interview and said, "Oh yeah, we dropped the titles early because we saw a bigger thing coming for us. What's bigger than being the tag team champions and having potentially the biggest tag team match your company can have, which is Young Bucks FTR 3? The Trios title's not bigger than having that third match. Obviously, the Young Bucks had to lose, but their egos would not allow them to lose. They have, in their minds, they have to be the winners, and that just was not in the cards. FTR had to win that match. Survivor Series. Before we got to things, Jay had to tell Big Oos, Sammy's been lying to us. He's been talking to the guys down the hall.
Yeah, he has.
So Roman told Jay, I'm gonna talk to him man to man. I'm gonna look him in the eye. I'm gonna feel what he's feeling. They had a nice little moment. They hugged it out.
Mm-hmm. They had it.
Hey, look, I don't know why, but when that happened, I was like, "Damn, they're gonna end it already like this."
Yeah, that's the beauty. They're creating such drama. Like you're like, when is this gonna end?
And everybody still wants Sammy to be an Uso.
Yeah, but Sammy proved his loyalty when Kevin Owens had Roman Reigns pinned after a stunner. He grabbed the ref and stopped that 3 count.
He did.
Bro, he slid in there like Randy was like, nah, we're going to stop that. Thank you.
He has become the honorary Uce.
Yes. Not only did he stop that, then the low blow on Kevin Owens, and then the fucking haluva kick, and Owens just fell into his arms. It's kind of, I forgot what movie it is. It's like, it's like the kiss of death kind of thing that they do in the mafia. I kiss you and then I kill you. Mm-hmm. It's sick. It's sick.
It was. Now, Sami Zayn was on fire, crowd-wise.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, let me just say, this match, as a match, it was mid.
It was mid.
The story, on 1,000. Mm-hmm. The match was mid.
The story made it so much, 10 times better.
Yeah.
And just because of one guy.
Yeah, just the whole dynamic between Jay, Sammy, and KO. Just the story was on 1,000.
Yeah.
And what happens? Jey Uso hugged this man. It's over. The war is over.
The fitting conclusion for this war between Jey Uso and Sami Uso.
And Big Daddy Uso got in on the love, too. Big Daddy Uso got in on the love, too.
So, you'd love to see it.
Look, I'm just excited just for the simple fact, after all of this is said and done, and you know, beat your friend up and let him loose to the wolves to die, you get that moment of, all right, Sammy did it.
Yep.
Sammy showed his allegiance. He's not trying to bullshit. And for Jay to grab him and hug him the way he did, I was like, I'm more happy just the fact I'm done with the pay-per-view. I'm done with the pay-per-view. This is it. I felt more happy for him. Right. It felt like watching a movie and you go, you know what? I know the ending, but I don't feel like that's not going to be it. And then it end up being it. I'm like, bro, at this point, I don't need to watch nothing else. Yeah. I'm done. Yeah. That was it for me.
Yeah. Like I said, the story was on 1,000 for this one.
Yeah. The story was fitting. Everything came together so well.
This was his I'm not a nugget moment.
Yeah, exactly.
Really was.
Owen Hart would be so proud.
Owen Hart's in his grave. He's like, finally, a white man that's from Canada. He made it with the black people.
This was great. This was great. I did enjoy it because I get to watch the whole Survivor Series.
Yeah.
I didn't get to watch like a whole pay-per-view like that in a while, so.
Yeah, well, I was out Saturday night, so I didn't see it live, but as soon as I got home, I skipped to this. I didn't watch the rest. I just, let me watch the main event before I go to sleep. I watched the main event at like 2 o'clock in the morning. But then I went to sleep and I watched the rest of the pay-per-view. Yeah. This made my night going to sleep. I was like, yes, Sammy did it.
Like,
bro, I wasn't even home when this happened because I actually forgot it was coming on that Saturday. I thought it was like this Saturday, and then I was out, and then I just remember somebody on Instagram just randomly tagged me into the beginning match of Bianca Belair, and I was like, oh shit, that's on right now. I was like, oh. So while I'm out and got Peacock on my phone, and I got a bitch standing up while I'm watching this, while people are talking to me. I don't even remember what happened the rest of Saturday night. I can be totally honest with you. I was watching this shit, and I had somebody that didn't watch wrestling into it with me. And I was like, bro, this shit is lit. I'm out and I'm watching wrestling. All I needed was a drink.
It was very lit.
I'd be Gucci.
Yeah. Getting back to Kevin Owens, he was wearing a Dusty Rhodes tribute shirt. And Cody Rhodes hopped on Twitter, and he gave Kevin's a little bit of love for the shirt. Saying, you know.
It was a dope shirt.
Yeah.
I like the shirt. I think it was a cool, remembrance of Dusty.
Yeah, I do believe it's available on Pro Wrestling Tees.
The bionic elbow, and he got the elbow pad too.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was definitely a nice tribute to the person who invented the match. Mr. Dusty Rhodes. All right, the biggest news which happened today. Cody Rhodes and Brandy Rhodes are no longer with AEW.
No longer. No.
I guess I'll read the statement from Tony Khan. I'm not reading the other two statements.
Alrighty.
All right. Cody and Brandy Rhodes were integral to the launch of All Elite Wrestling. Cody's ability combined with his boldness and passion for our industry and his love for community outreach helped AEW deliver on our mission to give fans what they needed for far too long, something new, innovative, and lasting. Brandy helped us shape the AEW story, and I appreciate how hard she fought for both in the ring and out of the ring, competing in women's divisions while advancing our efforts at inclusion and civic causes, including great partnerships with Culture City and the American Heart Association. I have immense respect for the appreciation for Cody and Brandy, and I wish them the best as they move on from AEW. Thank you, Cody and Brandy. Signed, Tony Khan, CEO, President, General Manager, and Head of Creative, All Elite Wrestling. He made sure he put all his titles in there.
All of it.
Like a fucking mark.
Hey, look. He put in like a mark, but his letter was sincere. You know what Vince's letter is.
You're fired.
John Laurinaitis calling you and telling you, enjoy your future endeavors. That is it.
Enjoy your future endeavors.
So, of course.
I would take Tony Khan's letter of me leaving a company than me taking Vince in a trash bag like Mickey. I'd rather take that.
But again, the Mickey thing, they definitely made it up to her because they did the whole thing with her being Impact Champion.
They
and
kind of had
showing
no
up for the
choice.
Royal
That shit went viral so quick. They had no choice, and they ain't trying to get no bad PR when they trying to do all this nice crap.
And then Cody put out a statement. I'm not going to read that. Shit's long as fuck. He thanks everybody, MJF, Darby, his brother, the guy he works with Nightmare Factory. What am I thinking? Skipping his name. The fuck is his name?
I can't remember his name either. I know you're talking about that.
I can't even see it in the fucking thing. Anyway,
it's too damn small. That motherfucker write that bitch in a notepad.
Greg, Tom. There's a lot of people we thank here.
Aubrey, Nyla Rose, Red Velvet, Billy Gunn,
Jade, Sammy,
Wardlow. I see everything except the name I'm looking for.
This is my main question, right?
Sonny, 401.
Like this is my main question.
Marshall.
Now that
there you go.
Look, this is my main question. Now that he's leaving, where's he going to go and what he's going to do?
That's the $1 million question. Now, of course, immediately the WWE rumors start. He's showing up for WrestleMania, or he's showing up the night after Raw. And Brandy put out a statement too. I'm not going to read that either.
Where's it shorter than Cody's?
Yeah, and it's basically her stroking her own ego.
Yep.
Because it's about the charities, and I was such an influence on the women's locker room. Even anyway. But obviously, and then I seriously think Cody will end up just doing, tours of NWA, Impact, whatever Ring of Honor will be doing, because they don't have people under contract anymore. They're just doing random shows.
Whatever makes sense for Cody, actually.
I don't think he's going to WWE. I seriously doubt that.
For him to go back to WWE, you know how much money they would have to pay out for that man to come back that he would have to accept. He would have to get almost like a Goldberg type of thing where I need just about as much money as him and you want me back. And now I'm not coming back. Like, I feel like he would make a stipulation that they will say no, so he don't have to worry about them trying to contact him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like a Legends contract he's trying to get?
No, I wouldn't go that far. I think he would want special treatment.
I'm about to say, at this point now, why not be a dick? Why not do that? Because they're going to be like, no, we can't do that. Nah, let's leave him alone. Yeah, let's leave him alone. Because apparently WWE want to go and snatch somebody else up. Because now they're looking at our beautiful TBS women's champion and they're trying to bring her over. No, fuck out of here. You had her. You didn't want her. Don't try to get her now.
Don't try to get her now.
Yeah. And then... who else? Oh, allegedly Jay White said he's going to show up on Raw or something. He said, "Don't doubt it. I might have something up my sleeve."
Hey man, look, this man just showed up everywhere. Like he said, "Fuck a forbidden door." It's whatever his plane ticket let him land at, he can get in. He get in.
Yeah.
I like the little skit though that they did with the super kick party.
Yeah.
It was like, look who it is.
Oh yeah, but Good.
I just like the Young Bucks face, and it was like, why in the fuck are you here? And Adam Cole like, yeah, no boys are here. I was like, yo, this is gonna be a sad tale. Adam Cole got the Young Bucks, Red Dragon, and Jay White all in the same place.
They're just missing Marty Scurll, but he's excommunicated for alleged actions.
Well,
he's
gonna be gone.
He keeps showing up in Flip Gordon's fucking YouTube, Instagram pages. He keeps showing up in those where Flip Gordon's trying to find all the guys, and he keeps going to all the spots there all his guy friends was at. He showed up at the Cracker Barrel that they normally be at. He showed up at the last event they had in New York, the PGW?
Yeah.
He showed up there. He showed up the day after that. He showed up in Florida at the For Sale place where NXT was at. He showed up all these places. He's like, guys, where all these guys at? And then Marty Scurll shows up. He goes, dude, why are you living in the past? You know there's a thing called internet. You can text people. Why are you traveling all these places? He goes, you're right, I can text. Where'd you go, Marty? Marty? Where'd Marty go?
Where are you?
Nah, there's one bit of information I skipped over about this whole release.
Oh, yeah.
2 weeks ago, because we discussed this on last week's episode, Brandy Rhodes and this Dan Lambert promo, which they've been doing for the last couple of months. They just show up and do it because people can't stand them to be on TV every week. You built up to this, and now she leaves. And I have a feeling she knew she was leaving before this segment, but she let it happen anyway. She didn't say, nah, I don't think we should just skip and just let the angle die. No, you did it anyway, and you announce you're leaving 2 weeks later.
Yeah, it didn't make sense at all for her to even show up.
This is why I feel like this will work. I feel like this is going to be a long work. I feel like they're just going to take time to go do them. They're not going to sign no else. They're just going to wrestle a lot of places and then show back up at AEW.
Probably.
And Cody win the title the first night.
Probably.
Yep. I would say so.
Now, about this segment. During that segment, reports AEW dropped 50,000 viewers when Brandy and Dan Lambert were on screen.
Oh, God. Was that bad?
It was that bad.
I didn't see it because I didn't care for it. Just she left.
Yeah, I forgot to save the rest of the article. I only have the headline. But they dropped 50,000 viewers during that one segment.
That's probably why she left.
Because I believe this segment, they were like on before the main event. And the main event that week was something with CM Punk.
CM Punk and John Moxley versus...
Yes, there you go.
What was it?
FTR.
FTR, yeah. Which was a good
Sad.
match. It was a good match. But dropped 50,000 views before that match?
Yeah.
Oof.
So I think the main event number could have been higher, but it wasn't.
It wasn't, thanks to Brandy.
Yeah.
Thanks to a shot of Brandy.
Yo, I fucks with her YouTube show though. I'll give her that. I fucks with her YouTube show.
She has some talent.
Cause she's a blithering drunk. I appreciate a blithering drunk.
Yeah, true. And she could hold a conversation in that show.
and that's where she really embraces that people don't like her, and I love it.
Yeah, true. I mean, wife of a
She had no choice. Like she had no choice at this point. Once you know they don't like you, fuck it, keep going.
You just
Piss people off.
Just be the biggest heel you can.
Exactly. All right, Warner Media, our biggest story of the week.
Yep.
Warner Media, the company.
Let me get it.
The company that owns the DC movie universe. It owns the CW network, HBO, True TV, Cartoon Network, BR Live. It owns, obviously,
Hey, they own BR Live?
Yeah, they own BR Live.
BR Live, wow.
Yep, they own BR Live. Adult Swim, which is part of Cartoon Network, Warner Brothers, TNT, and TBS, the two stations that AEW programming come on. Executives at Warner Media have made a statement that they want to offer WWE a deal for Roman Reigns to appear on AEW programming.
Ooh, imagine.
And that is called opening the forbidden door.
How would it feel like just to have Roman Reigns in AEW and the Forbidden Doors just come up Just even an audience as a show.
Article reads, when Fox signed the billion-dollar deal for SmackDown, their biggest demand was Roman Reigns. The Tribal Chief has become one of the top merch movers in the company and is poised to become the next mega crossover star. So perhaps it isn't surprising that Warner Media execs want him to appear in AEW.
Omega Reigns?
When what was this? 2012, when Roman Reigns won his first WWE Championship, Jacksonville Jaguars co-owner Tony Khan tweeted Roman Reigns, "Congratulations to former Jacksonville Jaguars player Roman Reigns on winning his first World Heavyweight Championship."
It's very formal.
7 years before Tony Khan ever decided to start a wrestling company.
It's very formal of him.
But what would that crowd be like when Roman Reigns' music drops and he walks out the curtain?
Oh my God! I think they will still cheer for this dude.
You know what's funny? It's not when Roman Reigns walk out. It's when you hear Paul Heyman's voice on the microphone.
You know they're gonna be chanting ECW when he comes out.
Yeah.
Bro, first of all, you can't chant that with Paul Heyman. I don't give a damn where he worked at. You gotta chant ECW. If it was ECW, a lot of the wrestling we watch now wouldn't be a big ass thing.
Mm-hmm. Like, I came up with one scenario. Like, if this should happen today, this deal went through. Like, obviously they would probably keep it hush hush, so it's a surprise. Here's my first scenario. So, obviously CM Punk is pretty much. Everybody's saying he's going to beat Adam Page at Double or Nothing, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so he beats Adam Page at Double or Nothing, and then 5 weeks later you have Forbidden Door. So the whole time on TV, we never give CM Punk an opponent for a Forbidden Door. We just keep it quiet, right? Mm-hmm. So, but at the same time, he comes out, he cuts a promo one week, he says, you know what? When I first came here, I said I wanted the AEW World Championship. I got it. Now I'm feeling nostalgic. How about that Ring of Honor World Championship? Take me back. So he challenges Jonathan Gresham. He faces Jonathan Gresham the last Dynamite before Forbidden Door. He wins that, so now he's a double champion. Match is over. CM Punk picks up a mic. Yeah, there's a little bit of feedback. He picks up a mic. He says, you know what? How am I world champion and I don't have a match for Forbidden Door yet? And then you know what happens? Roman Reigns' music hits. Roman Reigns comes out to the ring. He stands in front of CM Punk. He does the thing where he puts his hand out, give me the mic. CM Punk gives him the mic. AEW acknowledged me. And now he has a match with CM Punk at Forbidden Door.
Let me tell you what I just heard. The fanboy busting a nut.
Exactly.
Like, it would be so crazy. Like, people don't even watch wrestling. We'll be talking about that.
Yeah, that I was like, yeah, if he has to say AEW acknowledge me. That's all I need to hear, and I'm blowing my wad. So, you got any scenarios for what might happen?
No, because this is one of the things I want to see if it does come to fruition and how they would get to it. But at this point right now, they're gonna make this sound like super special. They gotta do it. They gotta treat it like they treated Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania.
Yeah. I also thought of a scenario for Cody Rhodes. Because in my other scenario, Daniel Bryanson becomes the unified champion for Ring of Honor and AEW. And that would happen like at All Out, and you string out the storyline until like November, and then Roman Reigns shows up in November to challenge Daniel Bryan for Survivor Series, champion versus champion. And then at Survivor Series, Cody Rhodes screws Roman, and Cody Rhodes versus Roman at Starrcade, and you have Starrcade in Madison Square Garden, and he wins the world title that they stole from his daddy in the garden.
So right now, that just sounds great. I would love for that to happen. But we know anybody with last name McMahon don't like ideas like that.
Yeah, this is true. This is very true. So, yeah, wishful thinking, obviously.
I'm saying they would get my money. They would get my money if they did that. I mean, by my money, I mean, I will. If they were the Mexican Garden, I swear I'd take a trip back up north just to go buy a ticket to go sit down and watch that version. They would get my money. So this ain't about that life.
Yeah. Yeah, I got you. So yeah, Warner Media has legitimately come out and said, we want to make Roman Reigns happen in AEW. That's big fucking news.
Now, with this happening, if we get Roman Reigns to go to AEW, can we get him to show up in New Japan or Impact also? Just to pit him all over the place?
I don't know that it would work with New Japan. It sounds good, but I don't think it would work.
I think it would, just for the exposure, for we see how they got rid of that, NXT Japan division that never happened.
Yeah, that's true. I think NWA would work pretty good because obviously Matt Cardona is the world champion right now. So Cardona, Roman Reigns, I'd buy that.
Mm-hmm.
You know the castaway, Matt Cardona, Zack Ryder.
Mr. Woo Woo Woo.
You know it. The first big news of the week. No, I'm sorry. This is the second one. We'll get to the first one. The second big news of the week. CM Punk is injured. He broke his foot. And will be out of action. We still don't know how long. But he's not been stripped of the title, as Chris Jericho said on Rampage. He's not been stripped. They're going to assign an interim champion until he comes back. And he will then face that person and we'll have a undisputed champion. Thoughts?
This is the most confusing interim situation now that the whole New Japan match was originally announced with Tanahashi and Punk.
Uh-huh.
Now it's Moxley, who was randomly assigned, in my opinion, the number one man. Now the other competitor is a Battle Royal participant.
Uh-huh. Versus Moxley
to decide the interim AEW World Champion.
Uh-huh.
Plus, now we have Tanahashi versus... Who was it again?
I forgot.
God, I can't remember.
Yeah, move on.
But, well, it's Tanahashi versus whoever that competitor is. I cannot remember the name right now. And he's definitely a big name in New Japan. To decide who goes on to face the interim AEW World Heavyweight Champion.
Yeah, there you go. Now, on Friday, right, as CM Punk was saying, I broke in my foot, yada yada, I'm stepping away. I went and I looked up the power rankings on the AEW website. Punk is champion. Scorpio Sky is the TNT champion. Ranked number 1, Wardlow. Number 2, Adam Cole. Number 3, Hangman. Number 4, Jon Moxley. Number 5, Jay Lethal. Now, on Saturday, you can hit the next slide, Marv. On Saturday, when it was announced that Jon Moxley will be facing the winner of the whatever Battle Royal, and this is this tweet by Tony Khan, and then the official press letter from AEW. When this came out, I went and looked up the power rankings again because I'm like, wasn't Jon Moxley number 4? Why did they make him the person to not have to qualify? He just gets the match. On Saturday, Jon Moxley is now number 1. Wardlow is number 2. Hangman is still 3. Adam Cole dropped the 4. And Jay Lethal is still number 5. So they're now working their statistics just to fit what's going on.
Rumors are going around about an Adam Cole injury that I still haven't seen more information on. But if he is injured, okay, that makes sense for him dropping to 4 and Hangman Page being at 3, fine.
But
why is Wardlow number 1?
Statistics. None of these people were in a match on Rampage. Why did the rankings change? Even if Adam Cole's injured, nobody on this list had a match on Rampage. Why did the list change?
Let's also clarify, not just Rampage. I'm not even sure if any of these guys had matches on Dark recently. And I don't follow Dark that much, but
Adam Cole was on. Adam Cole and CM Punk were on Dynamite. Well, Punk is a champion, but
yeah.
And it was wasn't it Cole and the Bucks versus somebody? I forgot what the actual match was.
No, I do not remember. All I know is this: it explains why Jay Lethal is on the list. Why? Because Jay
Lethal, who's never on TV and never wins on TV.
It's AEW
fucking dark.
It's
yes.
the AEW dark matches. That's the thing. Because I had this conversation before with someone who is a big AEW fan.
Yes, dark and elevation, like how fucking Swerve and Lee ended up in the top 5. I've seen it on TV once, but they're the top 5 tag team ranked team.
How, Sway?
I get it, but I shouldn't have to watch another show to understand your show.
It fixes the storyline, but I mean, this is getting to a point where it's worse than 09, 010, 011 Raw, when you literally had to watch both shows to actually get a storyline.
Actually, that's when you didn't have to watch SmackDown, because SmackDown was just a recap of Raw.
Yeah. You literally watch SmackDown just to figure out what happened during Raw.
That's pretty much all it was.
Yeah.
Because that's when it was being taped on Tuesday and shown on either Thursday or Friday. That was the dark ages of SmackDown.
And my intro years to wrestling, so I can't complain.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
But what we were talking about the other day, who should be the interim world champion? I think the last thing you said to me was
Eddie
Kingston. Okay.
Eddie Kingston was my choice because it sets up the rivalry. It sets up the title match with Jon Moxley, who was given the contendership, and you have that sort of LAX Blackpool Combat Club sort of rivalry feud happening right now after their. What the hell was the name of the match?
Anarchy in the Arena.
Anarchy in the Arena, yeah.
Not to be confused with Stadium Stampede.
I was going to say Ambrose Asylum after that match, but whatever. But yeah, so you have Moxley versus Kingston.
Mm-hmm.
You give Kingston the title win. Kingston's got, if I'm correct, Kingston has good working relations with New Japan.
Uh-huh.
If he doesn't, I mean, okay, then you set up Gojo, that's who I think it is.
Yeah.
So like, right. Instead of Tanahashi, you could do Kingston Gojo, good match, and then next thing you know, when CM Punk starts to get healthy, now you're bringing back Kingston versus Punk, which is another one of the matches that helped get Kingston over and over and over to this level that he's at right now.
What about Danielson?
If he wasn't injured.
He's injured too?
He's injured too.
The fuck? How did I miss that one?
Okay, you missed a lot. This is the rumored summer of injuries. We went from the summer of Punk again to the summer of injuries.
What's wrong with him?
Don't know. I really don't know. I don't watch AEW enough anymore. Granted, I also don't have cable. I try and keep up where I can.
See, I think the beauty of that would be, because to me, Daniel Bryan was actually, for me, above CM Punk as the top guy in the company.
Agreed.
Before Blackpool Combat Club, BCC.
Agreed.
So if he were to win the Battle Royal, which I really don't want to see Daniel Bryan win a Battle Royal to get a title match again. I feel like that's beneath him. But so be it. Then, so you now have the partners against each other that have already had a match against each other. So you have a match against each other again. He goes on. He wins the title, and now, assuming Punk comes back within the next 3 months, because it doesn't seem to be that severe of a foot injury. So if he comes back in the next 3 months, he can be there for All Out. Is now Punk versus Danielson, or the second Stadium show in Queens.
Yeah,
one or the other. Both land in September.
Yep.
That's the biggest match you can book is Punk and Danielson.
And to clarify, we both say not MJF right now. We do want MJF versus Punk. We just want that later.
Yes, the trilogy match.
Yes,
because they've had 2. So
yes, that third match has to be for the title. It has to be about Punk is champion and healthy.
When Punk officially drops the belt, it needs to be the MJF, assuming he's still there.
Yes, assuming.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because he said, "Fire me, you fucking Mark." Speaking of Cody. He paid tribute to Triple H once again And he tore his pec.
This is the craziest wound I've seen on a person ever.
Because it's internal bleeding.
Yeah, I see. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I was
because literally all the muscle, all the titty meat is unattached. It's just hanging on the inside of your body.
That's nuts.
That's the best way to describe it.
Titty meat? Yeah,
All the titty meat.
That's nuts.
Yeah, it's just dangling on the inside, and the blood is just flowing freely.
And to clarify what Messiah here is talking about, is that it completely ripped off the bone. So that is why he was cleared to do this one last match for the time being.
Yeah, because they said because of the severity of the injury, it just can't get any worse. That's literally why they let him wrestle.
Yeah, that's probably what it says on his doctor note. Like,
yeah.
Because what originally happened is he slightly tore it on Monday during Raw. And then just through the week during the weight training, he completely fucked it up.
Oh, my God.
Because I guess he didn't realize it, and then he just completely fucked it up. So that's why they let him do the match like that. And now he'll be out approximately 6 months, even though on Raw he said, I hope to see you at Money in the Bank.
He could still... They'll probably do stuff like how Samoa Joe when he was injured, commentary kind of stuff. Maybe he could be a manager, but this is just a non-compete injury.
Okay.
So, Royal Rumble, hopefully?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If it's 6 months, it's currently early June. If he comes back mid-December,
he'll be ready.
He come back for day one. I'd say day one.
I'd say day one he'd start a rivalry again, which would end up happening during the Rumble.
I say you come back with another surprise opponent, and it's him again.
Nah.
But then again, it's too predictable because now you know it's 6 months away.
Yeah, and it's also expected.
But he'll come back. Do I want him to win the Rumble? Fine. But I feel like then it's just, oh my God, yeah, they're just over pushing him now.
It depends on who wins Money in the Bank. Because the rumors of if Seth Rollins wins Money in the Bank, then he cashes at least on one of the titles on Roman, and then you build up Seth and Rollins again. Seth Rollins and Cody for what is it, 4 now? For
Mania.
It'll
be 4
for Mania.
See, the issue with that is Drew McIntyre, Roman Reigns, September in Cardiff. That's the match.
Yeah, but they could
the UK show is Drew McIntyre, Roman Reigns. And I have a really good feeling McIntyre's winning the belt off Reigns that night.
Well, is it still going to be unified at the time? And then is Drew going to carry over the unified title? Because I'm
pretty sure they're keeping it unified because the brand extension is pretty much done.
Oh, okay, yeah. If the rumors of that are happening, then yeah, I can see.
Brand extension is pretty much done. So McIntyre winning the unified title off of Reigns at UK, that's pretty set in stone right now as far as I understand.
Which would make sense. It's Cardiff, Wales, not Scotland, but
close enough.
Yeah.
Isn't it? I think it's the same island, but you know, what's my geography?
Oh, I actually been to Wales and Scotland, but I don't remember if it's the same island, but yeah, same countryside kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So Cody, and then the people on before we go that far. Yes, the people on the internet that want to say things about Cody Rhodes. We're going to start with Ryback. Have you seen this?
Oh God, no, I haven't.
This is almost as good as Sheik tweets. We might do some Sheik tweets tonight.
Hey.
Oh, Sheik put out a good one this afternoon.
I love those tweets.
Cody Rhodes will be fine. I've watched True Kofi wrestle his whole career with no pecs and be successful.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
You know, Kofi has the muscle deformment in his chest, so yeah, he has no pecs.
Yeah, I gotcha.
And then this one by some idiot Mark on this person states, and this is me turning off the pay-per-view and canceling my Peacock subscription. This is just as responsible as letting Owen Hart drop down from the ceiling. Excuse me?
How?
Sheesh,
Excuse me?
How?
Huh?
Well, if this This person must be okay. The caption on the person that posted it. Some AEW fans are going in on WWE last night for allowing Cody Rhodes to work. Now, did Cody Rhodes not purposely put himself through a flaming table set on fire by his wife?
I'm also gonna go on
in AEW. So if you're an AEW stan, I think that's more dangerous than the working with the torn pec.
I'm also going to say, is responsible as letting Owen Hart drop down from the ceiling. Yeah, we all know Vince back in the 90s would also do these same things to test. He said, if I'm not doing this, I won't let my wrestlers do it.
Like when he jumped off the thing in NXT for Rob Gronkowski.
Yes.
And that was like 2 years ago.
And Shawn Michaels' grand WrestleMania entrance where he's zip-lined down from the stadium.
Which was successful, and then the Owen Hart one wasn't.
Yeah, Vince McMahon did both of them. So how does that work? How?
Houseway.
In his best life.
Yes, and that has been Wrestling in 2022 with the Ultra Heelz.
My God.
We're taking next week off for the holidays, but there will be two best of episodes if I have time to edit that much video. I'm shooting for two. Hopefully one Christmas and one on Tuesday. That would, cover the holiday, cover our regular scheduled programming. Thank you to everybody who has joined us this year, new people and old-time followers like Kelvin, who's been down with us since the beginning, since the old version of the podcast. For anybody that missed Cheeks of the Week, if you're listening to this on audio only, hop over to YouTube and just click on a random video, enjoy some cheeks. Good night, Alex. Happy holidays, all that. Good night, J Kid.
Good night to all. Happy holidays.
Marv, the producer, New Jerusalem. Good night, sir.
Let's go. Let's get it. Peace out, son. Have a good night.